Hello and welcome to Silver Tent Television, a worldwide network of inspiring women aged 50 or over. I'm Nikki-Marianna Hope, a Silver Grove member of the Silver Tent, and I would like to introduce you to Suzi Joy Lever, a playful voice and sound therapist who helps people find their authentic voice and free their inner spark. Hello, Suzi, and welcome.
Thank you, Nikki-Marianna, for giving me this opportunity.
That's a pleasure. I'm really looking forward to hearing about your work. So, tell me, what was the spark that started you on your journey into playful voice and sounds?
Oh, I like that question, the way you put it. For me, I was someone who couldn't speak up. I was frozen with fear. I was even shaking in a group in my 30s when people asked me my name. That was how scared I was. And then I discovered simple chanting, and it was just like a light switch going on. I found that I got out of my self-consciousness and just enjoyed the freedom of the energy of the chants and my voice blending with other people. And it was just the beginning of a whole incredible journey that I'm still on, of exploring the freedom of expressing ourselves with voice and sound. When I let go of the judging mind and the idea that there's a way of my voice sounding and a way of kind of, using it. So that's really what's starting me off and why I'm so passionate about helping other people.
That's wonderful, Suzi. And which of us hasn't been told at school, you're tone deaf, dear? No, I really wouldn't try singing that. Just, if you need to mime the words, don't actually make a noise. And I know I grew up with that. And I'm also a sound healer now. So yes, it's a journey from being understanding from other people's perspectives that they don't think you can make a worthwhile sound. That is just their perspective. And actually, when people work with you, they will find the joy of being able to make a sound of their choice. So how would you go about with somebody who is in the same situation as I was 20, 30 years ago? Really, I don't want to open my mouth. I have nothing worthwhile to say, let alone to make a tuneful sound. What would you do with that person?
Well, I would notice that the fact that they'd actually come to me, they'd already found some courage. They'd already found a part that said, I'd like to change from this kind of mouse or this limitation that I've had in my life. So in a way, they've self-selected, which is a good starting point, because you do have to be motivated and really have the curiosity of what would it be like to be different from how I've been. And really, it's relaxing people. It's creating a safe environment where, almost like a healthy child, that will just explore their voice, that will play, that will just experiment with a curiosity before the self-judgment kicks in. So my job is to create that environment and then offer suggestions so that people can explore it, and to be there when people get stuck, and because their mind will take over. I mean, from my own experience, the more I've got myself out of the way, the more the sound does it. The sound's so magical. It kind of purifies everything within us. There's lots and lots of now scientific evidence of the benefits of sound and singing and using our voice. Yeah, and I could refer to a few. But the main thing is we feel good when we do it. When we're locked up, as I was, we don't feel good. We know something's missing.
You phrased that so beautifully, Suzi. Wow. So Are there any very simple, fun exercises that you could perhaps share with us that might help people to let go of the fear of contacting you or working with sound?
I think when I work with people, it's really where they're already coming from and what their previous experience has been. Some people come who've been in quite structured environments, so helping them to free. But it really, I'm just trying to think of one thing because it does depend where people are coming from. For example, I work a lot with just pure vowel sounds because that's very freeing. And there's no, you're not worrying about pitch or words and how does this word sound. People are often worried about their dialect or, you know, that they don't, I mean, there's so many reasons that people have been told or feel that there's something wrong with their voice if they open their mouth. So pure vowel sounds is very freeing. And a very simple thing to do is humming. Humming gives you so many benefits and everybody can hum. You don't need to feel you can sing. So, you know, we could just do some humming now and then just notice how it makes us feel.
That sounds a lovely idea. I could feel a resonance going right the way through me, from my mouth down through my throat, the heart center to my stomach. And I hadn't actually expected that.
Wow. And what people find is that it's very calming. They start breathing deeper. As I said, they've come out of the self-consciousness of, is this pitch right? Is this note right? Is this word right? It's just a very, very simple way of starting to feel the vibration and the internal resonance when we work with sound. So that's a starting point, and I hope the viewers will, you know, have a go. And you can't get it wrong. There isn't a right or wrong way. What's really nice if you can feel the projection to the front of your teeth and can feel your lips vibrating. But if you can't, that's fine. That sometimes takes time. And sometimes I think people scare themselves, as I've done, with an expectation of where they should be and what they should be feeling, instead of just enjoying doing it. And then gradually they'll start noticing different things.
That's lovely, Suzi. Sorry, it's just struck me. I have to say, I love your background and the complementary colours that you've chosen with your cardigan and your background. I don't know why that suddenly jumped out. Yes, I do, because for me, the colour blue is very much associated with, in healing terms, the throat chakra. And that background colour, to see it properly, I have to put my glasses on again, is like the flow of sound. It's beautiful. It's like the chakra, the chakra opening and allowing that sound to be expressed, whether it's as a hum or a vowel sound or whatever it is, whether it's a chant, whether it's a... We do celebration ceremonies together. And you have the most fantastic ability to create what I call ditties, which I was afraid you would be very offended about. And you love the word ditties. They're simple, they're to the point, and they're fun.
And that is the key, fun. Yeah.
Yes. And it's finding the joy within all that, isn't it?
Yeah.
And letting go.
There's a lot of laughter when I've run groups or, you know, when I'm working with people. And when we're laughing, we're not in our judging mind. We're in the present moment. Our body's relaxed. And it is just celebrating, you know, fun and laughter. And I'm currently, you're interviewing me, I'm in Spain, and I'm just in love with the blue sky and the blue sea. And blue is just such a beautiful color. But color is very important to me. And sound, our voices have a lot of color. Years ago, I was told my speaking voice was a monotone, which I think was very accurate then. And now I'm told I have a lot of color in my voice. And this is what we all can learn to bring more color into our voices and into our lives, because as we free our voice, we feel more we can be ourselves. So we explore things that we'd like to do that perhaps we never dared admit to ourselves, or thought other people would tell us we were silly. So it's such a metaphor for self-expression, for permission to be ourselves, celebrating our uniqueness, because we all have unique voices. So it works on so many levels.
And you're so right about everyone having a unique voice. And thinking about that, you can have voice prints and you can recognize whose voice it is by the printout from that voice with all these very specialized electronic things. So we do all have very unique sound to our voice, the very unique way that we use it. And a child can recognize its parents through the sound. Even before that child is born, it's used to resonating with the sound of its mother. And that must have a big effect on the baby.
Definitely, and there's a lot of research about playing music, and there is a lot written now for about how you use sound before the baby's born. I want to pick up on that thing about we having our own unique voice, because it is magical. But the other side of that, that's why people are so frightened of exploring their voice, because they instinctively know this reveals me in a way that my speaking voice doesn't. We often have masks and roles that help us feel safe in the world. But when we use our voice and our singing voice, it reveals who we truly are. And we can feel really naked. And that is often why people shy away from working with their voice.
Wow. I never looked at a singing voice like that. And yes, now I can understand your depth of knowledge and understanding of people who want to make sound. And there are so many reasons why they feel stuck. And with your playful voice work and your understanding, they can begin to glide instead of being stuck.
And I don't know whether you're hearing this, and it'll obviously how it'll affect the recording, but I've actually got a neighbour doing some drilling at the moment. But what it reminded me of, so it's slightly distracting me, but what it reminded me of is a common thing I hear all the time is, oh, I can't sing. I like to sing in the shower, but I'm worried if people can hear me. And people come to groups and say, it's great doing it here, but I wouldn't do it at home in case my neighbours heard me. And this is again about, oh, they might judge you, or things that have been told in the past. And yet we've lost so much in our culture. When I grew up, there was singing postman or whistling postman.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, and it was kind of more normal. And, in certain cultures, people do sing much more. So it really is about reclaiming something that is so healthy, something that will give us endorphins, empower us, make us feel good. It works on so many levels. And I could speak for a lot longer on all the different aspects, but I'm hoping that what we've recording here is just enough to get people to go, I'd like to know more about it.
Yes, I think you're right, Suzi. We could actually talk for hours. So what I'd like to mention as well is I don't know whether this TV broadcast will go out before the 14th of February, but you and I are combining on an effort for World Sound Healing Day. And this is not about being able to sing. We're running this through the Silver Tent, and perhaps you'd like to explain a bit more, Suzi.
Well, this is an initiative that was set up 17 years ago by Jonathan Goldman, who's one of the pioneers of sound healing, who's in America. And the idea is very simply that we just focus our intention, open our hearts, and send a loving R out to the universe. So on Valentine's Day, when people are talking about love, which can be a very commercial thing and can really alienate people who feel there isn't someone special in their life, we're using it as an opportunity to send our love to the planet, because we wouldn't be here if there wasn't Mother Earth. And it really is a lovely opportunity. So we're uniting and we're doing it 3 times during the day within our own network. But anybody can join in. They can just sit on their own and open their hearts, think of something that makes them feel happy and grateful, and just send an aura. And it really doesn't matter what the sound's like, because if their intention is to send loving energy, that's what will make a difference. And I love the idea that people all over the world in lots of different countries will spend time doing this on February the 14th, and it's building every year. And I feel very, very grateful to have the opportunity and to explore doing it online for the first time.
And I'm thrilled that you asked me to do it with you, to co-host, and hopefully we're going to make this an annual event.
That would be wonderful, yeah.
So whether you can sing or not, do join us on the 14th of February. If you can't, if you're not a member of the Silver Tent and therefore unable to join us at that, then is it Jonathan?
Jonathan Goldman, and there's a website called the worldsoundhealing.org, I think it is, yeah. Or Googling World Sound Healing Day.
And I think from reading the website, he suggests that wherever you are at midday,
yes,
just do that wonderful, heartfelt, loving intention and sound towards Mother Earth. So it's just a simple ah. And if you can't sing, imagine there's a beautiful puppy in front of you and you're going, ah.
That gives me an idea, Nikki-Marianna. Shall we end by just sending a loving R out to anybody watching this who might be thinking, oh, I'd love to do it, but that's far too scary, or still kind of running some fear about their voice. You know, this sounds very interesting, but it wouldn't work for me. So maybe we focus our intention and send out a loving R to anybody watching, and anybody who uses their voice, just to encourage them to keep exploring it.
I love that, Suzi. Before we do that, can we share your contact details?
Yes, please do.
So your website is www.suzijoylever.com, and on Facebook you are also Suzi Joy Lever. Would you like to share your email address?
Well, that's on the website, so I think that's probably sufficient.
So, right. And my details, if anyone wants to contact me, will be below this Silver Tent TV show. Okay, Suzi, are you ready? We'll do an R for everyone who thinks they haven't got a voice and they're scared to share it. And just to tell them it's fine, they have. And if they want to join in, that would be awesome.
Yeah, that's a really lovely idea.
Okay.
We didn't discuss how many times.
Yeah, you did. And I was waiting for you to do another one. You didn't. Okay. Let's just do it till it fades then.
Okay.
Okay. That feels beautiful. Thank you so much for talking to us today, Suzi, and sharing your wonderful way of working with sound. Perfect timing to stop.